My name is Latasha McCray, and this is my living benefit story. I'm 38 years old. I'm a single mother of an 18-year-old, and I work in the banking industry.
I'm David Sutherland from Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm a living benefit life insurance agent. When I had first met Latasha, 30 years old, single mother with an 8-year-old son.
I am an avid gym goer. I was really in great health. Dave came over one afternoon.
She explained that, what she was trying to accomplish was to protect her 8-year-old son in case something happened.
The idea that I liked the most about the living benefits, it gave me security to let me know that if anything happened to me, my son would still be taken care of.
What we ended up doing was a 30-year term policy for $250,000 with all the benefits included.
So I decided to put the policy in place with Dave. Years had gone by, and I'm just working every day, going to work, not thinking anything of it. And one day I get a phone call from my doctor. And they called to let me know that I was diagnosed with stage 2-3 breast cancer. It was one of the worst calls in my life. I literally thought I was like losing everything that I had always worked for. I had always been in great health. I had all these financial plans set. And just to hear that, it just made me feel like I was losing everything. I went into shock for about 2 days. I didn't eat. I couldn't really sleep. My doctors were basically some of the best doctors that we had, and they put a plan together how we were going to beat cancer. So it began with telling me the financial needs, of course, the surgeries that I would need. The funding itself was astronomical. My job was kind enough to say, well, we'll give you time off, but it will be unpaid. Therefore, I really didn't have any income coming in to take care of my mortgage, to take care of my son. My insurance didn't cover 100% of my chemotherapy, and I couldn't afford it. I had stocks, I had savings, but it was nothing compared to the money that I would need to take care of the chemotherapy.
She happened to call and say, I need to cancel my plan. I have a health crisis, and I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I said, well, no, you don't need to cancel your plan to try and save premium. You need to put in a claim.
Through my job, I had great health insurance. I always thought that because I had great health insurance, I was always covered. Chemotherapy wasn't covered 100% with my insurance. So the living benefit really came in and helped me take care of those chemo treatments, my radiation, my surgeries, my biopsies. There's a lot of things associated with cancer that the insurance companies do not cover.
That's what gets people in trouble financially. And that's why you have a plan with living benefits that you don't have to die to use your plan.
I really didn't have income coming in to put gas in my car, to pay my car note. And I remember speaking with my doctors, and they told me this financial plan was going to cost thousands. One of the first plans that I received was $20,000.
The claims process took 2 to 3 weeks at the most. And then Latasha called me one day and just said, hey, I just got a check in the mail today for just a little over $65,000. She still has almost $170,000 of remaining benefit that's still existing.
Even though I was still fighting cancer, I still had surgeries I still had to recover from, financially, I didn't have to fight through anything because the living benefits plan was there. I just wanted to make sure that my son didn't feel that his mom was sick. He knew I was sick. It was something that I was living through. I didn't want it to affect him at all. He still had his cable, still had his games. And I know to a lot of people that's not important, but to me, it was important for me to feel like I'm fighting this, not he's fighting this cancer. Through a total of 9 surgeries, and 2 years later, I've been cancer-free, 2 years December. And my life has taken a total turn for the best.
She's back to living a normal life. And it's just a very rewarding, fulfilling thing to have been a small part of that.
The living benefit plan is something that everybody needs to look into, to spare just a few moments of your time, whether it's $30, $40, $50 a month. This is your future that you're thinking about. A lot of people say, I love my kids. If you love your kids, think about your kids' future. Think about your future with your kids, and think about your kids' future without you. If you're not thinking about all of these things, then you're really not planning for a future at all. And the living benefits plan basically makes sure that your kids are taken care of, you're taken care of.
On the second, I'm a licensed independent insurance agent in the state of Georgia and California. I'm also a living benefits expert. I want to thank you for coming across my seminar. It's obvious that you want to learn more about how living benefits can help you and your family and your lifestyle. as well as learning how to win a bonus vacation. And we'll get into that. But the first thing I want to do is give you a little short demonstration of what exactly a living benefits policy is, how it could protect your family in a worst case event, which is death, or how it could protect your family if you're living with a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. So stay tuned. I'm about to show you a demonstration now. Enjoy. So to give you a little background as to why I became a living benefits expert, since I was 7 years old, my father has lost 5 family members. So from ages 7 until a couple of years ago when my grandmother passed away, I've witnessed my father plan 5 funerals. But not only that, I've also witnessed a lot of my family members die from a major illness. But I also learned that in any of those events, whether that person lives through that major illness or not, it could be a huge financial strain. So I'm going to show you guys exactly why a living benefits policy can not only help your family through those events, but it can also save you financially in a very, very huge way. So I'm going to just give you guys a little bit of a demonstration of what a living benefits policy does. All right. Now, a living benefits policy will give your family access to cash in the event of a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. Now, the reason why that's very important is because, number one, health insurance doesn't cover everything. Disability insurance doesn't cover everything. You have doctors and surgeons out there that can be very, very skeptical. Some of them don't really care about you. So what happens if you come across a surgeon or a doctor that's not giving you the best care? It would make sense that you will find somebody else that's going to really take care of you, right? But the other challenge is that it could be also very expensive to find a better doctor or to get a better doctor. That's why getting access to cash through your living benefits policy is very beneficial. But let's use another example. Let's say your significant other gets a heart attack. You drive them to the hospital. They're waiting in the emergency room. The doctor doesn't come right away. What happens if your significant other passes away from that heart attack because the doctor didn't get to him in time? Well, now you got to pay for the funeral. You got to pay for all sorts of other things that comes with it, right? What if you don't have the cash to do that? Let's say your significant other has a heart attack. You put them in an ambulance so a doctor can see them. Well, that ambulance ride could be $500 or more. Health insurance and disability insurance is not going to cover that. Neither is your doctor. What happens if your significant other outlives that heart attack? They get stents put in, they get treatment, they're fine. But now you have medical bills that you have to pay for. The stent surgery, the hospital stay, the medications, all that probably is not going to be covered by health insurance. So now you're in a situation to where you would have to work more hours at work to pay for those bills in order to cover those costs. But the problem is you can't work because you have to take care of your significant other, right? What if your significant other doesn't have good short-term disability benefits? Or what if they do, but it doesn't cover everything? Medical bills will pile up. And when medical bills pile up and you don't have money to pay for those medical bills, debt will pile up because you're not working. So when you're not working, income is going to go down. That's the problem. So, person with a living benefits policy, they get a critical illness, which is a heart attack, stroke, or a cancer. They can get access to their life insurance in cash to pay for any medical bills, any hospital stays, pay the house down, make sure the kids or the family has food to be able to do what they need to do to get through that situation. With the chronic illness, that will help a person to get the best primary care, because this will help a person who has Alzheimer's, so they may need a care physician to care for them. That costs money as well. Terminal illness rider is very, very, very interesting, because terminal illness is when a person gets a disease that's basically going to take their life in less than 12 months. But guess what? Terminal illness doesn't always take people's lives, even though the doctor says you may have 5 to 12 months to live. because you may do research and come to find out you may actually find a cure online that can cure that disease that your doctor doesn't even know. But guess what? What if you go to your doctor and you say, hey, Dr. So-and-so, I found a cure online. What do you think about it? He may research it and say, that will cure you. But Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I can't cover that, and health insurance is not going to cover that. What are you going to do if you don't have access to that living benefits in cash? That disease might go ahead and take that person's life, but that cash might help save their life, because that cash is going to give them the ability to get that surgery. So a living benefits policy is crucial. It's just as crucial as disability insurance, and health insurance may even be more crucial than that, as far as helping you to survive that illness, helping your family survive financially, and protecting your lifestyle and being able to live it. That's why I specialize in living benefits. And I specialize in other things as well, but I think living benefits are very important, because major illness is something that we all are going to come across one way or the other. You know, we all love our chicken. We all love food that doesn't, it's not good for us. We don't know what's in our food, so we're going to come across one of these events. The best way to deal with these events is to prepare for them, to get educated, and to have access to cash. You want to always have a plan B. So, I hope this seminar helped you. If you have any questions, call me at 770-558-0777, or fill out the form at the bottom and hit submit for a free consultation. And I would love to give you more information about how this living benefits can help you. And then whatever you want to do with it is up to you, as well as if you submit the form at the bottom, you will win a bonus vacation to either Orlando, Las Vegas, or Mexico. So I hope this seminar helped you to understand why this is important. We have to prepare for these events. We just have to be mindful to make sure that our family are taken care of, and us as well. Living benefits policy can benefit you while you're living, and it can also benefit your family in the worst case scenario, which is death. So again, my name is Paul McMillan II. I hope this video was very, very helpful. Call me anytime. My number is 770-558-0777. Look forward to talking with you. You take care.